Insane, you make me crazy, insane, that's how I feel, insane, you make me crazy, insane, that's how I feel.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Dysfunction Junction. I'm your host Kim, and this is episode 29. Did you guys miss me? Did you? I know I wasn't here last week, but I told you bitches that I was going back to school and I may not be able to record every day or every week, and that's what happened. So, pardon my language though, however. I am very excited to be back. I missed you guys very much. I was just sitting here singing to myself. Do you guys sing? I sing everything. I was just sitting here thinking, here I go. I'm going to do it. Episode 29. I might sing the whole time. I might do it. I sing about everything. I sing about pooping. I sing about getting dressed. I sing about stuff that I see as I'm driving, and it drives my husband insane. But you know what? That's why I love myself, I guess. He hates it. I love it. The kids love it. I sing everything. So there. I don't know why I threw that in there, but I felt like it. Maybe so I don't know. Somebody out there will hear my singing about, podcasting and poop go hand in hand. Don't ask me how. I have no idea. Oh my God. I'm just going to say, I'm sorry. I've got nothing. I'm not prepared. That's my shtick. That's what I do. I'm not prepared. But I did miss you bitches, and I want to fill you in on everything that's been going on. So, number one, school is awesome. I really like going to school, but it's just one class, and it's the intro to psychology, but the professor is amazeballs, and so far, so good. I've only had one assignment that is due tonight at midnight that I've already turned in. So, I'm amazing. Number two, I don't know if I said this on my last podcast, but I've been thinking about what I want to do. I was thinking that I was going to go to business school because I wanted to further my career in what I'm doing. But lately, I'm not a big fan of my job. I want to get out of there. I'm bored. Nothing happens. I shuffle paper all day. And quite frankly, I don't want to work with these bitches anymore. I know I'm swearing a lot, and I will label this explicit. And if my pastor's listening, I'm very, very sorry. I need a cleanse. You're going to have to dump a whole bottle of oil on my head on Sunday, but I have got to vent. I cannot work there anymore. They're driving me crazy, and I want to do something different. And a couple of times I've had to go up to patients' rooms and help them, with paperwork, and I loved it. I loved being in there. I loved talking to them. So I'm thinking this thing just froze again, and don't know if I'm just going to keep talking or if it's what it's doing. I can't handle this thing again. It's every day. It's every time I record. It's every time. It's just sitting there. I'm just sitting here. Okay. So I don't know if you've caught anything that I've said, but I'm going to have to redo it. If you hear my dog barking in the background, please excuse. She wants to get in here in the room, and I'm not letting her come in. Anyway, long story short, I'm really tired of my job. I've got to get out of there. I'm bored. I'm tired of pushing papers around. I need some action. I need to do something. I want to be with people. I want to make people happy. And I'm really thinking, and I've thought about this before, I think I want to be a nurse. I think I want to go to nursing school. I kind of still want to be the boss too. So eventually, maybe I can be the boss of some nurses. But for now, I'm going to focus on that. So I'm just going to take a few classes, and maybe some biology and some science and some math and get those under my belt and, do this whole nurse thing. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. I know I may not seem like I'm compassionate, but I truly am. I do have a big heart. I'm very compassionate. I care about people. I just don't care about the people that I work with right now because they're driving me nuts. I need a vacation. I got to get out of there and I need to just do something different. Anyway, so because I have been doing this class, pretty much I have to say, my kids have been great. My husband's been great, but I'm only taking one class and it hasn't interrupted any family time. I've been, able to, I watch my class. I can watch it at work. I wait till the kids go to bed. I watch it after they go to bed. It's not interfering with anything. We had to go take Caden to an appointment the other day, and I brought my books with me. I took notes in the car while my husband drove. We were still able to chat at the same, while we were doing that. So far, nothing has really changed, but they've been really good. My husband's been awesome. So my worries about them, not being supportive are so far squashed. So they've proved me wrong on that one. But because I'm so engrossed in this class and I want to do so good that I have no idea what's going on in the world right now. Absolutely nothing. So I just realized when I went to record this episode that I didn't do my show notes last week. I don't even know if I sent an email out last week. I think I did, but I didn't do my show notes. Did I? I can't remember. Maybe I did. I can't remember. Anyway, my life is so crazy right now and so scatterbrained, but I still want to do my podcast. I love it so much. I love talking into this stupid microphone. And once I can figure out how to mount my camera to my laptop, you guys are going to be able to see this wonderful face. But then again, that means I'm going to have to do my makeup. I'm going to have to do my hair. And that's a lot of work. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. Anyway. Speaking of taking Caden to an appointment, I wanted to give you a little update on the potato. He did start kindergarten. He's having a really rough time. He's doing really good at school. He's doing fine. He's participating in the class. He's getting into the flow of things. But by the time he gets home, he's so exhausted that he doesn't know what to do with himself. So he lashes out. And when he lashes out, that means he's crying, he's hitting, he's spitting, he's kicking, he's just a mess. And we're not really sure what to do about it. And we had a couple issues last week where my husband came and picked me up from work. We only have one car right now. And so right now it's, him and I, him coming to get me and him, he's like a taxi. He's taking me to work. He's picking me up. He's taking the kids to school, taking them to the appointments. Anyway, we only have one car. So because I'm having, my daughter made me so mad. It's a totally different related issue that I might talk about if I have time. They all had to come in with my husband. Normally, my husband will leave one of the kids home with Piper for 10 minutes while he comes to pick me up. Sometimes Jared's here, sometimes he's not. But lots of times, all him and Piper do, we'll sit on the couch and just watch cartoons till we get home. But because she's not allowed to stay home by herself right now, they've all had to come in, which means Caden doesn't get a break. And that's a lot for him. That's a big thing that he needs. He needs a break after school. And because he hasn't been getting that break, the last couple of times we've picked him up, he's had meltdowns where he's in the back seat, he's kicking, he's spitting, he's even threatened me, which isn't, not good. But I forgot where I was going with this story. So we're trying to figure out something, what we can do for him so that he's not so angry. I mean, he had his testing done. We went and had testing done. They don't know if he's on the spectrum quite yet. I still feel that he is. His counselor still feels that he is. But right now, they're just, they're looking at, this little child is very, very anxious. He has high anxiety, and we need to try to help him with that. I'm seriously considering speaking to his doctor about maybe putting him on some anxiety meds because he's a mess. He needs to be able to concentrate and listen when the counselors and the helpers, like he goes to OT, and he was having speech, but I don't think he's having it anymore. And that reminds me, I need to call about that because he does need some extra speech therapy. He needs to be able to feel calm enough to learn these coping skills that they're trying to teach him. And that was Jared's biggest thing. When he was growing up, his anxiety was so high that he couldn't hear the advice that the specialists were giving him because he was so anxious. So he couldn't, focus on learning these new techniques. So once we got him some medicine for his anxiety, he was able to concentrate on the provider, whoever was providing him the service, to listen and learn how to calm down and focus. So that's what I'm going to do. And this is another reason why I want to be in the healthcare field, because I feel like I can support these parents who come in with the children who are having issues like the one, that my kids have, whether it's impulse control, ADHD, oppositional defiant disorder, anxiety issues, just things that, your kids are in the hospital for, that parents often will, go to the emergency room with a lot of psych issues with their children, and they feel embarrassed and they feel alone and they feel like people are going to think that their kids are bad kids, and they're not bad kids. They have issues. They have mental disorders that they can't help. And in this psych class that I'm taking, I mean, it's opened my eyes up to so much. Now, I'm not going to be, trying to diagnose people. Well, I think you might have had some damage to your thalamus, and that's why you're da-da-da-da-da. No, I'm not going to do that. But it does really help you to understand why these disorders, why you have some of these symptoms with these disorders. I say a lot. I wonder if that has anything to do with brain damage, anything going on in my brain. Anyway, so I always thought one of the reasons that you have anxiety or depression or is because autism is because, there's a chemical imbalance in their brain, and it's not always about the chemical imbalance. Sometimes you actually have either there was something, wrong in the formation of your brain when you were an infant, when you were in utero, or maybe there was some sort of damage from, a fall or somebody, I don't know, something falling on your head. Who knows? But then again, there are people, who have issues because of all the drugs that they've done that's altered their brain. Anyway, so it would be good to be able to help those people who come into an emergency room or a hospital or wherever I choose to work, that I could sympathize with them. It's always good to be able to relate to somebody like a nurse or a case manager, a CNA or a doctor, somebody that you can relate to, that can reassure you that this is normal, or you can overcome it. It's not forever. Just somebody that is there to comfort you and let you know that everything's going to be okay. So anyway, Caden's a hot mess. Piper and Jared, hot messes. I'm going to kill them. I don't know if they're going to make it through another year. I don't know if I'm going to make it through another year. I have this, a guy that I go to church with, who said, I think he had 6 or 7 kids, and we had this camping weekend at our church, last weekend before, maybe it was last weekend. I told you, I have no idea what days it is. And he could tell that I was having a bit of a hard time, with my little guys, and it wasn't that they were being super naughty. They were just excited to be outside and around people, and it was just really busy, and so they were very busy, but it's overwhelming nonetheless, and he could see that we were feeling overwhelmed, and he said to us, listen, I had 6, I can't remember, it was 6 or 7. I think he said 6 And he said, even with the last one out of, getting ready to get out of the house, you think, I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't think I'm going to make it with these kids. They're going to kill me, or I'm going to kill them, and I'm going to be in jail, and, there's nothing anybody can do about it. But he's like, you will make it. I promise you. But he's right. There are days that go by, and I think I'm crying in this big puddle, and I'm like, I don't think I can do this anymore. I don't think I can do this mom thing. I mean, how many times can you reiterate the same thing to these kids over and over again? Maybe they have brain damage. It has to be something, because you cannot tell a child the same thing over and over again, and they're just not getting it. I'm going to give you an example, okay? Jared is 17, Piper is 11, and they are exactly the same. You tell them, don't go in my room. Don't go in your brother's room. Don't go in the snack cabinet. Stay out of my stuff. Don't borrow that without asking. They don't listen. They do not listen. Jared just lost his ability to get his license until the year 2019 because he is continually, quote unquote, borrowing stuff without asking, because he figured, I didn't think you'd mind. Well, how do you know unless you ask me? And it's not like it's big, huge stuff. It's, maybe I bought some special toothpaste. I bought that special charcoal toothpaste that I wanted to try. But it's like $10 for a tube of toothpaste, and my husband and I were going to share it. And I hid it purposely. I put it in a place where I didn't think they'd be able to find it, and he went looking for a Q-tip and found it and used it. He tells me he used it. Hey, Mom, I tried that toothpaste out. And I'm like, I wish you would have asked me, because I didn't want you using it. It's expensive. I don't have a whole lot. La, la, la. And, of course, he didn't think it's a big deal. Then, before that, we're looking for, the boys got their haircuts, and we wanted to do their hair all nice, for to go to school the next day. And it's frozen again. I'm sitting here. It's frozen again. Don't you guys hate this? You guys are not going to listen to my show just for this reason, because it's freezing and freezing and it's freezing. I'm back. Okay. So I need a theme song for that. It's freezing. It's freezing. It's freezing. Freezing. Oh, froze again. I must hate my singing. I think it hates my singing. Okay. Come on. Unfreeze. It's frozen. It's frozen. Oh, yes, it is. Don't you want me to stop singing? If you do, computer, you need to unfreeze. Oh, there it goes. It unfroze. Okay, I'll stop singing. That was the deal. Okay, anyway. So, what was I talking about? Toothpaste. Oh, so then, before that, we were looking for some hair product. My husband, he had gotten his hair cut, months back, and he bought the expensive hair glue that goes in your hair, because that's what they use at the salon. And we went looking for it, couldn't find it. I asked Jared about it. Oh, yeah, I used that a long time ago. And I'm like, did you ask? Well, no, but I figured Dad didn't want it. Did you ask? No, he didn't ask. So we got hair gel, we've got toothpaste, we've got the cake mix that he ate in the cabinet. Don't know if I told you about that. Cake mix that he ate in the cabinet because he thought it was a protein shake. Okay? And I know you're wondering, how can he mistake the protein shake for the cake? And that's a big old thing, and it was a Weight Watchers recipe, and maybe sometime I'll explain it to you, but either way, he thought it was a protein shake. It was a cake mix. He was trying to bulk up, and the kid still didn't gain weight. He still lost weight. It's because he paces so much. Anyway, I digress. Cake mix, toothpaste, hair gel, and the tip of the iceberg, the cherry on the cake, the thing that really ticked me off was the fact that he went into his brother's clothes. His brother, who was away at college, he had a bag of clothes in the basement over by the furnace, and Jared went through the clothes, took his brother's jacket out and wore it to school and didn't say anything about it. So, of course, when he came home and we see him in the jacket, I'm mad because it hasn't even been a month from the cake mix, the hair gel, the toothpaste, and now the stupid coat. And he's just not getting it. Don't take things that don't belong to you. So I grounded him. I'm like, that's it. He almost didn't get to go to homecoming tonight because I was that angry. But then secretly, I'm like, God, I can't take away homecoming. I mean, it's a senior year. I don't want to be that parent. But then I don't know what to do. It's like, I know that I don't want to be his friend, but I also want to be some crappy parent who doesn't let her kid go to homecoming because he used toothpaste he shouldn't use. Even though that technically wasn't the point. But still, it's his senior year, and I just couldn't do it. So I grounded him 2 weeks from driving and told him he couldn't get his license till 2019. So, which basically is a couple months from now. And I told him it's not going to be January 1st, 2019 either, so don't even try. And Piper's the same way. She uses all my crap. I can't tell you how many times, I was looking for lipstick or eyeliner or an outfit or deodorant. It doesn't matter. She steals my underwear. She steals my socks. She takes, any pen or pencil or piece of paper that I have. I mean, just stay out of my stuff. All my makeup goes missing. My eyelashes, everything goes missing. And then when you ask her about it, she looks at me like I'm not speaking English and she doesn't have any idea what I'm talking about. And it's not the fact that they're even going through my things. I remember when I was a kid, the minute my parents left, that's exactly what I did, is go through their things. You know what I mean? But I didn't steal it, except for cigarettes. I did steal cigarettes from my dad a couple of times. But he didn't need them. I was saving his life, basically. That was like, a daughter doing her daughterly duties by making sure my dad didn't smoke those cigarettes. So I was doing a public service. So technically it's not the same thing. Just saying. But it's the lying. It is the lying part that kills me. It just kills me. Don't lie to me. That is what makes me the maddest. And my daughter is so good at it. She can look right at me and be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Pretty sure she's gotten tips from her older brother, Noah. Because he can lie to me pretty good, too. He's a very good liar. Yeah. Pretty sure they got that from me. Anyway, the curse is real, ladies and gentlemen. When your parents curse you and tell you that they hope you have kids just like you, but worse, it's true. It happens. It happened to me, and it will happen to you. But here's the thing. Not only did I get cursed with my own self, I got cursed with my brother as well. So I can only wish, dear God, that you will make my niece just like me. Not me now, because now I'm cool. I'm talking me 30 years ago when I was 10. Because Piper now is me when I was 11. I was very hyper. I was very, crazy, at least with my friends. I didn't do that stuff at home because my mom would have punched me out. But at home and at school with my friends, I was a nutball. It's not surprising that I thought I had a lot of friends, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. I thought I was very, very friendly. I had lots of friends, but who knows? Anyway, I think I'm going to close it early today because I do still have some flashcards. I have to make flashcards, you guys. I have made so many flashcards that I'm so proud of myself. It's crazy. But I've also decorated all of my notes. I've decorated my little flashcard, and I'll take pictures. I'll post them on the website and I'll show you. I've decorated my notebook with my syllabus and my lecture notes. I've decorated my little notebooks with all my flashcards in it. I'll take some pictures and I'll post it on the website and I'll show you. But I still have more to do. So I'm going to cut it short. I'm very excited about this class, and I'm going to try to do another podcast next week. I can't promise that because of everything that's going on. But I'm going to try to be a little bit more organized next time. I think maybe if I'm a little bit more organized, I'll be able to, set time aside to actually do this. But I can't promise that. I can't. You know me. I can't do it. So I am going to close for now. If I could find my notebook, I can do everything. Oh, God. All right. I know. I'm singing again. I really do sing everything. You guys probably think that I am exaggerating, but it's not. If we're driving somewhere and it's been a while and say we're coming into a town or whatever, I'm like, oh, look at that. It's Primitive Place. Yeah. And they have a McDonald's. La, la, la. Oh, Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts. I love Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah. Okay, that's not an act. That is me. That is my life. Probably the only cool, fun thing I ever got from my mom was singing. Anyway, that's another story in itself. Don't ask. All right. But I want to thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for riding the Hot Mess Express. Choo-choo. Oh, please be sure to follow us on all of our social media pages. You can connect with us on Facebook at facebook.com/dysfuncjunk7. And of course, on our Facebook group page at facebook.com/group/DF podcast. If you prefer Twitter, you can find us at twitter.com/dysfuncjunkmom. And for all you Instagram peeps, you can look us up at instagram.com/dysfuncjunk7. Oh, my God. And don't forget to check out our show notes on our website at www.dfpodcast.com. That is D as in dog, F as in Frank, podcast.com. And last but certainly not least, if you find it in your heart to buy me a coffee every month, please head on over to visit our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/dysfunctionjunction. And please share me. For the 10 or 12 people that are listening, share me on your Facebook page. Again, if you like me, that's cool. Tell people, hey, check out this chippy. She's super funny. Or you've got to listen to this girl. She's a freaking hot mess. It's paused again. It's pausing. And I'm just going to sit here and wait till it unpauses. What can I say? Oh, no, see, there it goes. My computer is actually afraid of my voice now. Okay, whatever. Whatevs. I'm going to go. It's going to keep freezing. And then I'm going to have to, go temporarily insane and throw this thing out the window. I'm going to close. Share me with your friends. Share me. Yeah. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Insane. You make me crazy. Insane. That's how I feel. Insane. You make me crazy. Insane. That's how I feel.